What's up guys, my name is Angelo. Today I want to show you exactly how to buy ETFs as a European investor using a total of 6 different brokerage accounts. Interactive Brokers, Degiro, Flatex, Smartbroker, Scalable Capital and Trade Republic. I have been investing into stocks in the form of exchange traded funds, which is what ETFs stand for close to 5 years now. And as of today, my wife and I hold a total of over 147,000 euros in ETFs on several brokers. For some of you, what I'm talking about today might sound a bit basic, but hang on until the end, you might learn something new as well. And if you're one of the many people that keeps asking me about today's topics, either in the comments or via email, I hope that this video will provide some clarity. Here's what we're going to talk about. First, we'll discuss whether or not you can buy US-based ETFs as a European investor. Second, I'll show you how you can quickly find the right ETF for the index that you want to buy, like the S&P 500, the FTSE World or the MSCI World, and how to compare available ETFs to make sure you choose the best one. And lastly, I'll show you how to actually buy ETF shares using all of my favorite European brokers. If you're based in Austria, like me, or in Germany, I'm also gonna mention some of my local favorites. So hang on until the end for that. Before we get started, don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoy videos like this. And if you'd like to support me and check out any of the brokers that I mentioned in the video, you can find all the links in the description below. Also, please don't forget that none of this is investment advice, just my personal opinion based on my own experience as an investor. All right, so more often than I would like, I get somebody asking me why they're not able to buy an ETF from the US. Now, why do many Europeans start looking for US-based ETFs in the first place? That's because the whole financial independence movement is a lot larger in the US than it is in Europe, so you probably first heard about investing from an American finance blogger. I did as well. And chances are, you're now left wondering why you can't find the ETF that they mentioned on your European broker. This is not the broker's fault, it's actually due to European regulations. As European investors, we're not allowed to buy ETFs that are based in the US anymore. However, in most cases, we can still invest into the exact same stock market index and the same companies. We just need to make sure that the ETF is domiciled in Europe instead of the US. Oftentimes, they are even offered by the same provider, like Vanguard. So let's see how you can find the right ETF for your strategy, which you can actually invest in as a European. For this, I like to use just ETF.com. Here we can select the ETF screener, and then we can either enter the index we're looking for, let's say we want the American S&P 500 index, or we can just select the index right here from the list. And we just need to scroll to the S&P 500, which is right here. This is the normal one. And now we get a list of all the available ETFs for the index. Personally, I only like to invest into ETFs that have either a full replication or a sampling method. I don't like swap-based ones, as these don't actually hold the stocks within the ETF. They actually just trade the performance and therefore just track the performance of the index. And as a rule of thumb, I prefer ETFs with a fund size of over 500 million, which all of these have. Then we can also filter if you want an accumulating or distributing ETF. Accumulating just means that the dividends are reinvested automatically within the ETF into more shares of the stocks. And distributing means that the dividends are actually paid out to you on a regular basis. By the way, in case you don't know the difference between accumulating and distributing ETFs, make sure you check my video all about the topic here. So let's say we want distributing ETFs. And now we're left with these choices right here. Then we want to make sure the total expense ratio is as low as possible, but that's not the only thing that matters. We also want to make sure that it actually performed well over the longest possible time frame. So we're going to compare all of these and we're going to check over the longest possible time how they performed. And here we can see that since 2012, actually the Vanguard, which also has the lowest costs, had the best performance. So we're going to go with the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, which we have right here. Now on this page you can see a lot more details about the ETF. You can check out the fact sheet. You can see the fund size, that it's fully replicated, distributing quarterly. You can even see when the dividends were last paid out, so that you have a bit of an idea when to expect them, and a lot more performance data. What we're gonna care about if we wanna buy this one is the ISIN number up here. For most European brokers, this is the part that's the most important. And then, especially for interactive brokers, we want the tickers down here. Okay, you found the perfect ETF for your investment strategy, and thanks to just ETF, you now also have the ISIN number or the ticker symbol to buy it. But you still need a reliable broker to start investing. My two favorites for investors from all across Europe are Interactive Brokers, especially since they removed all inactivity fees in July 2021, and Degiro. Both of these brokers are very reliable, highly regulated, and they've been around for a while. So they didn't just jump out of nowhere as an app. But most importantly, they have extremely low fees for buying and selling ETFs or stocks. As a rule of thumb, you never want to waste money on unnecessary fees so that you have more money left over to invest instead. Let's have a look at how to actually place an order using different brokers, starting with Degiro. Generally speaking, it's best to buy ETFs on weekdays from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central European time, as that's usually when the largest exchanges are open. Getting back to Degiro, they actually offer 200 ETFs which can be purchased commission-free. I'm gonna link the full list, including the detailed conditions below the video. Luckily for me, this list also includes the one ETF my wife and I buy on a monthly basis. The accumulating Vanguard FTSE World, which allows us to invest into over 3,700 companies from all over the world. To buy it, we need to go back to just ETF and copy the ISIN number and paste that into Degiro's search field. And in case it's on Degiro's commission-free ETFs list, which luckily for us, this one is right here, we need to make sure that we buy it on the exchange that's listed here to fulfill the conditions for the commission-free purchase. And here we can either set a limit order, and for example, we could put 101.2 to make sure it's executed right away at the best available price, and then the quantity. And here we can see, okay, we will buy 11 shares for a total of 1,113 euros. Or we could just place a market order and set the quantity of shares we want to buy, so for example, 11 shares, and then place the order. This one is going to execute it at the current available market price. Another thing I like to do when placing limit orders is checking the GetTex exchange. So here again, you would search for the ISIN number of your ETF, and here we have the Vanguard FTSE World. And here you can also get a bit of an idea of what the last purchases went through for. So here was the price. And for example, if you want to speculate on it reaching a certain lower price or something, then you could use this as a bit of a guideline. So if you're placing larger orders, this could be a way to save yourself a tiny bit of money if you're okay with waiting a bit until your order is executed. Okay, next we have interactive brokers. Before I show you how to buy ETFs here, you should know that IB has two pricing models, tiered and fixed. I found an older Sheets document online comparing the two pricing structures, which I tried to update now that interactive brokers lowered some of its fees even further. So here we can see that actually for purchases up to 4,627 euros, you're better off selecting the tiered pricing model. And for purchases above this amount, so for example, say 5,000 euros or more, you're better off selecting the fixed pricing model. And I'm gonna link this one down below so you can do your own calculations. And just so you know, you can switch the pricing model in your account settings under IBKR pricing plan. Okay, so here's how you actually place an order on interactive brokers. So first we're gonna go back to just ETF and we're gonna look for the Vanguard S&P 500 index from our comparison before. And we're gonna choose the distributing version right here. And for interactive brokers, you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page and copy the ticker symbol. In this case, it's VUSA. And we're gonna copy that into the interactive brokers search field. And here we can see our ETF. Make sure you're choosing the one that's actually traded in euros, which you can find out when you click on buy. So this is the correct one for this ETF right here. And then again, let's say we want to buy 20 shares just to make sure it's executed 77.2, which is the limit, the maximum we're going to pay, but it's going to still try to find the best available price right now. So it's going to likely be below that. Or we can simply place a market order again. So we switch to market. If you just quickly want to purchase it right away and not mess too much with it, then just select market order and enter the amount of shares. Here it tells you approximately. And when you click on preview, it's also going to show you the fees you can expect in total, and then you can submit the buy order. Sadly, I don't have any cash on my IB account, so I can't actually place an order right now. I just wanted to show you how it works. Another thing that's nice about interactive brokers is that they have this research field right here. And there you can actually check out more details about the ETF you want to buy. So you can see the holdings, you can see the top stocks in this American S&P 500 index, for example. You can see the industry allocation, and you can also check out some ratios and fundamentals if you're interested in that, and the past performance, in this case since 2013. Interactive brokers is actually not that complicated once you get the hang of it, but the interface is still clearly tailored towards professional investors and can be a bit overwhelming when you start out. Now, if you're based in Austria or in Germany, where taxation is a lot more complicated, I recommend going with a local broker for most of your investments. These take care of all the taxation for you, making your life a lot easier. If, like me, you're in Austria, the best low-cost option by far is Flatex. They take care of any taxes for you, there are no account fees, and they offer a large selection of ETF saving plans. A saving plan, or in German Sparplan, allows you to invest into ETFs on, for example, a monthly basis or a quarterly basis with either zero fees or only paying a maximum of €1.50 for other ETFs like our favorite, the Vanguard FTSE World. You can set these up under Spar- and Nameplan and just enter the ISIN number again of the ETF you want to buy, and even select that you want the money to be taken directly from your external bank account, which my wife is doing in this case. Fees for direct purchases are a lot higher compared to Degiro and interactive brokers, starting at €5.90 per order. That's also why I prefer investing via saving plans on Flatex, as these only cost up to €1.50 each. And here under Order Book, you can see what it looks like when the savings plan is executed at the start of the month. Here you can see on the 1st of December, it purchased 9.8 shares at this price, and we paid €1.50 in fees. That being said, if you want to invest right away and you're okay with those fees, you can still do that here as well. Just have to copy the ISIN number into the search field. Again, this is for the accumulating Vanguard FTSE World ETF. For example, here I usually use Lang & Schwarz or TradeGate. For example, let's place an order here. Click on Kaufen. And here again, you can either select a limit order and enter the amount of shares you want to buy. So let's do 20 shares. Here it's going to tell you approximately how much that's going to be in euros. And you can place a market order. So it's going to purchase it directly at the available price right now in the market. Or you can do a limit order again and enter a maximum amount you want to pay. For example, 101.4. in case the market is swinging upwards. And then click on this field and enter your security code to place the order. Okay, that's it for Flatex. Now, if you're based in Germany, consider yourself lucky. You have some fantastic local options. I like using these as well because of what they offer, but sadly they only take care of taxes for German residents. Let's start with Smartbroker, my personal favorite German broker. What makes this one special is that you can buy any stock or ETF free of charge as long as you buy €500 or more of it using the Flatex exchange. I actually still have €600 in cash here, and the market just dropped a bit over the past couple of days, so let's buy some shares. For this, we click on Trading, Kauf. We enter the ISIN number of the ETF we want, so here I still have the accumulating Vanguard FTSE World. Then we need to make sure that we select the Flatex exchange, and again we could go to Flatex, enter the ISIN number just to get a bit more info on what the price is doing at the moment. Here we can see the last few purchases, okay, 101.3. I'm actually going to select limit order again. So I'm going to select it at 101.3. And here we can calculate how many shares we want to buy. So we want to buy 6 shares. Oops, no. I want to buy 6 shares right here. So that's going to be €607.8. Here we just want to make sure it's above €500 so that the order is free of charge. And then we click on this button to place the order. Now we just need to add the security code from the app. And then we placed our order. And then when we click on Depot and Auftragsübersicht, we can see that we have no more open orders, which means that the order was executed. And here we can see we bought 6 shares at a price of €101.28 each, so even lower than the price that we set. And we paid a total of €607.68, meaning we paid no fees for this order. And now these 6 shares are also added to our brokerage account. My second favorite German broker is Scalable Capital. Using the Flatex exchange, ETFs from iShares, Invesco and Xtrackers are always free of charge, while all other ETFs or stocks are only 99 cents in order fees. But where Scalable Capital really stands out is with their free saving plans, which I think can be executed at 7 different times per month. Interestingly, while the registration and the web login are all in German, you can actually have the mobile app running in English. So if you're not a German native speaker, it might be easier for you to use the broker via app. And here's how you can set up a saving plan or place an order directly. So here you search for the ETF you want. Again, I'm gonna paste the ISIN number from the ETF, from the accumulating FTSE World, and then we can buy it directly. And then we can just click on buy and buy it directly. And here we can enter a target amount, how much we wanna buy. Then it's gonna tell us the approximate amount of shares and the order volume. And you can again also select if you want to place a limit order or a direct market order. Just make sure you're using the Flatex exchange up here for the lowest possible fees. Or we can go back and we can actually set up a savings plan down here. And here we can say, okay, how much we would like to invest on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis or whatever. So for example, let's say we want to buy €1,000 worth of this ETF, and this is also going to buy partial shares in this case. So okay, we say we want to invest €1,000 on a monthly basis, and we want it to be invested on the 10th of every month. Here you can even select what day you want to choose, and we can even select if you want the money to be taken directly from our brokerage account or from our external bank account, just like with Flatex. The third and last German broker I want to mention is Trade Republic. If you're planning to buy single stocks or only ETFs issued by iShares or WisdomTree, then this is an excellent option. They only charge €1 in fees per order, and they have free saving plans. They seem to be expanding to other countries apart from Germany and Austria as well, and I just noticed that they opened up to investors from France and Spain already, while Italians can sign up for a waiting list. Their app is available in English as well, and I don't have any money on this right here since I don't buy single stocks and my Vanguard ETFs are not available on this broker. But I'm still gonna show you how to buy an ETF. So for example, let's say we wanna buy the MSCI All Country World Index, which is the closest one actually to the FTSE All World Index. We can either buy it directly for €1 worth of fees. You can enter the shares. Let's say you want to buy 50 shares. Market price, we can again set a limit price, or we can also set up a savings plan. And here, these are free. These are not €1 in fees, but completely free of charge. And you can select how often you want this to be purchased. You can even select twice a month on this one. All right, that was the last broker I wanted to mention for today. In case you've been struggling with how to actually buy ETFs as a European investor, especially after hearing me talk about it so much, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe for more videos. Also, if you'd like to support me and check out any of the brokers that I mentioned in the video, you can find all the links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.